Every day we stare skyward, seeking solace, inspiration, or a moment of pure magic. But what happens when the familiar vanishes and the heavens reveal their most perplexing secrets? The truth is, the skies are teeming with mysteries that have confounded even the brightest scientific minds. From ancient legends to modern marvels, the very fabric of our atmosphere conceals wonders beyond imagination. Eyewitness accounts, jaw-dropping footage, and cutting-edge analysis will take you on a journey through the unknown, where the extraordinary becomes the everyday and the impossible becomes reality. Unusual sky events. In the world of strange sightings, something really unusual happened in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It was so surprising that people couldn't believe their eyes. In June 2015, shocked tourists saw two human-like figures flying gracefully in the sky. These mysterious beings disappeared after a short while. Now, considering the positive signs and miracles people had talked about before, some wondered if these beings were real divine interventions. The surprising events pointed at a series of heavenly occurrences that seemed more than just random events. Not far away in Mongolia, there was another strange sighting that got people talking. Witnesses saw a strange creature flying in the sky. It looked like a mix of a snake, a crocodile, and a Chinese dragon. Locals started discussing it, with some thinking it was a Chinese dragon from mythology. Others believed it could be an ancient flying dinosaur, like the ones that lived millions of years ago. The mix of ancient stories and prehistoric creatures made this Mongolian sighting even more mysterious, making people wonder what exactly they saw. Meanwhile, in busy Shanghai, something extraordinary happened to a couple during their normal day. While taking selfies, they suddenly saw a flying alien. Without wasting time, they quickly went outside and took pictures of the strange creature. It had a tail twisted in an unusual way and looked a lot like the Zergs, made-up creatures from the popular video game StarCraft. The Zergs are known for reproducing quickly, using swarm tactics, and adapting genetically, making them formidable opponents in science fiction. This unexpected encounter made it hard to tell what was real and what was fiction, making people curious about the idea of insect-like aliens showing up unexpectedly in cities. These weird sightings, from celestial beings in Brazil to mythical creatures in Mongolia and alien-like beings in Shanghai, add to the ever-growing collection of unexplained events. If this is not surprising enough, then check out this next sighting. Mysterious pillars of light. The people in a small coastal town in Japan were very surprised and confused by a strange sight in the night sky. On May 11th, 2024, they saw 9 beams of light appearing over the dark ocean. The glowing, unusual beams of light in the sky left the townspeople feeling bewildered. They started wondering and guessing about what could be causing this extraordinary thing. Was it advanced technology from aliens? Had the town been chosen for some kind of alien visit? People posted pictures of the sight on the social media platform X, sharing their amazement. One local, named Mashi, described seeing several streaks of light in the sky right outside their home. This mysterious and unexpected vision had clearly made a big impression. However, the actual reason for the lights was not anything otherworldly. It was just a rare natural phenomenon known locally as Isaribi Kochu. The beams were reflections from the lights of fishing boats offshore, refracted through the clouds above. While this normal, earthly explanation took away the sense of mystery, it didn't make the sight any less captivating. In fact, a longtime resident named Marcy said she had only seen this Isaribi Kochu a few times in over 10 years, showing just how special and fleeting it was. Even with the rational explanation, the people of the small coastal town had been given a brief, magical glimpse of something unexplained. For a moment, the familiar night sky had been transformed into something truly wondrous and awe-inspiring. Heavenly horses and humanoid creatures. In December 2019, the world was captivated by an extraordinary and otherworldly display that unfolded in the sky. Captured by an unidentified source and shared on YouTube, the video showcased a figure resembling a ghostly horse soaring high above the clouds. But what truly baffled viewers was the lack of visible wings. How could this ethereal equine defy the laws of nature and take flight? As the clouds parted, an even more mysterious sight emerged. A human-like silhouette, formed by the billowing wisps in the sky. Speculation ran rampant. Was this a spectral horse, roaming the heavens? Or perhaps an angelic being, challenging the very norms of earthly understanding? But that was just the beginning. In a different part of the world, a couple visiting Mary Hill in Glasgow, Scotland, stumbled upon yet another unexplainable phenomenon. In the distance, they witnessed a flying humanoid and managed to capture the bizarre sight on film. Initially considering it a potential weather balloon, the odd shape quickly dispelled that notion. Its size ruled out the possibility of being a drone, prompting thoughts of a UFO. However, as the object approached, the couple used binoculars and were astounded to observe a humanoid form with a discernible head, arms, and legs. This perplexing incident left witnesses contemplating the potential return of Christ, as the humanoid figure defied conventional explanations while hovering mysteriously in the skies. And the surprises didn't stop there. On the shores of Chile, beachgoers were startled by the presence of an enormous and unidentified creature hovering just above the seawater. The colossal figure sparked beliefs that it could be the return of Jesus Christ. While some clung to this unverified speculation, weather experts proposed an alternative explanation, suggesting it might be a powerful waterspout that had transformed into a tornado but didn't touch down on land. Nevertheless, dissenting opinions persisted, with some interpreting the colossal figure as a prophetic message, a celestial sign hinting at an upcoming disaster. Bright, burning lights. You know, there's just something about an unexplained light show in the night sky that really captures our imaginations, and you must have witnessed such a sight. Well, that's exactly what happened the other night across Southern California. Around 1:30 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday, folks all over the region, from Temecula down to Orange County and up through Los Angeles, started spotting these bright, streaking objects lighting up the darkness. As you can imagine, people were quick to jump on social media, trying to figure out what in the world they were looking at. Some thought it might be a meteor or a comet, while others wondered if it could be leftover debris from that SpaceX rocket launch the night before. But it turns out, the real explanation is a bit more down to earth, or rather, up in the sky. Experts from a research organization called the Aerospace Corporation say the lights were actually caused by the re-entry of a Chinese spacecraft into the Earth's atmosphere right over the LA area. Now, you know that might not be quite as exciting as aliens or some other cosmic event, but you can't deny there's still something captivating about it. Just picture it. These bright, streaking objects suddenly appearing out of nowhere, lighting up the night sky. It must have been a pretty mesmerizing sight to see. Even with the rational explanation, it's the kind of thing that really sparks the imagination, you know? For a brief moment, the familiar nighttime landscape was transformed by this unexpected celestial display. It just goes to show that even in our modern, technology-driven world, there's still room for a little mystery and wonder up there in the stars. An angel or extraterrestrial deception? Have you ever looked up at the vast, endless expanse of the sky and felt a sense of wonder and awe wash over you? Well, that's exactly what happened to the people of Nebraska back in August 2019. On a seemingly ordinary summer day, a random Joe glanced skyward and saw a figure that appeared to be a man climbing up a staircase made of pure, ethereal clouds. Can you imagine the stunned expressions, the utter amazement that must have spread across the faces of those who witnessed this magical, almost otherworldly scene unfolding before their very eyes? Whispers and speculation immediately began to spread through the captivated crowd as they tried to make sense of what they were seeing. Was this some kind of live video feed? A glimpse of someone ascending to the fabled gates of heaven? Or was it all just an elaborate illusion, causing the onlookers to question the very nature of reality itself? The mystery only deepened as similar celestial wonders were reported in other parts of the country. Down in South Carolina, a resident could scarcely believe his eyes when a heavenly cloud manifested, taking the breathtaking shape of an angelic figure. And over in Texas, a man managed to capture awe-inspiring footage of a white, ethereal entity standing atop the clouds, like a snowy mountain peak reaching up towards the heavens. These extraordinary sightings left people thoroughly divided. Some saw them as divine spiritual signs from a higher power, while others sought out logical, scientific explanations. But one thing was certain: the sky had revealed its secrets, captivating the imaginations and igniting the wonderment of all who bore witness to these remarkable events. And the surprises didn't stop there. During a plane trip, a young boy with Down syndrome, a child who doesn't often speak, accidentally captured what appeared to be a guardian angel in a photo. This unexpected moment turned a regular journey into something truly profound, bringing deep meaning and significance to both the boy and his mother's lives. Even in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, parts of China were treated to a stunning, almost otherworldly display of what seemed to be angelic figures hovering above the clouds. This celestial show sparked passionate conversations about the intersection of the supernatural and the scientific, leaving people awed and contemplative. The heavens have a way of reminding us that there is so much more to this world, to this universe, than what we can readily perceive with our own eyes. Spooky faces and mysterious sounds. Sometimes our world gets a bit strange, like a movie coming to life. It's as if reality itself is showing us something magical, making it hard to tell what's real and what's just a story. In Slovakia, in January 2012, a person witnessed something truly weird. The clouds in the sky formed a spooky, almost haunting face, straight out of a scary movie. And to add to the strange atmosphere, the person even heard mysterious, unsettling sounds. The neighbors, understandably, got scared and drove away in their cars, thinking something bad was about to happen. After all, people were already on edge that year, anticipating a time of big changes. So, the whole community was left to wonder and speculate about the strange things unfolding in the sky above them. But that's not the only time the heavens have put on a show that feels ripped straight from the silver screen. In September 2021, a person on a plane saw a huge, unidentified object in the sky that looked like something out of a superhero movie. The Man of Steel, to be precise. This massive, awe-inspiring thing was hovering below the plane, catching everyone's attention. But just as quickly as it had appeared, the mysterious object vanished, leaving the passengers utterly curious and wondering what they had just witnessed. Similarly, in Western Australia, during a lightning storm, someone noticed a strange, greenish cloud in the night sky. It didn't look like anything normal, prompting people to start guessing what it could be. Some thought it might be a secret attempt to control the weather, while others speculated it could be a UFO trying to take something far away. This sighting only added to the growing collection of stories about strange things in the sky that people have been talking about for years. Twin of the night. Watching a calm night by the sea can present the most bizarre spectacle. Even those who had not had cocktails at the beach bar saw two moons in the sky. Naturally, some immediately talked about the end of the world, but few could explain that there was nothing to worry about. There are significant reasons behind the double moon phenomenon. Sometimes in the desert, mirages can visibly double or triple objects. This is one explanation, but sometimes real players come into play. Sometimes planets like Venus or Jupiter can be close to the moon, and when lit by the sun low on the horizon, the fragments we see then appear to us as a twin of the moon. So one can simply enjoy this rare sight. There's no need to panic or jump to conclusions about the end of the world. It's simply Mother Nature putting on a bit of a celestial light show, a reminder that even in our increasingly technology-driven world, there's still so much wonder and mystery to be found in the natural world around us. Mysterious spiral. Earlier last year in 2023, the folks at the Subaru telescope in Hawaii captured quite the celestial wonder, a mesmerizing spiral shape floating high above the Mauna Kea volcano. According to the report, the video was recorded on the night of January 18, 2023, by the Subaru Asahi Star camera installed at the observatory. When you look closer, you'll agree the footage is truly stunning. You can see this small, bright object slowly expand into a spiraling pattern, almost like an ethereal dance across the night sky. Mysterious sightings like this are nothing new. People have been reporting unexplained phenomena in the heavens for centuries. But what's really interesting is how our ability to document these events has evolved. With advanced telescopes and cameras, we're now able to capture these sights in incredible detail and share them with the world. However, even with all this technological prowess, the cause of this particular spiral remains a bit of a mystery. The researchers at the Subaru telescope initially attributed it to a recent SpaceX rocket launch, as similar spirals have been observed after other SpaceX missions. The theory is that it's likely caused by the expulsion of leftover fuel from the rocket. But as we continue to launch more and more satellites and spacecraft, are we potentially starting to ruin the skies for our observatories? Just the week after, the Subaru telescope apparently captured some strange flickering green beams of light, which were attributed to a remote sensing laser. It's an interesting question to consider, as our ever-expanding space activities start to impact the natural beauty of the night sky. Regardless of the cause, though, there's no denying the sheer visual power of this spiral phenomenon. It's the kind of sight that really sparks the imagination and reminds us that even in our modern, technology-driven world, there's still so much wonder and mystery to be found up there in the stars. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. The world was left reeling sometimes back after leading scientific authorities made a stunning announcement. Alien visitation has been conclusively proven. It all began with a viral video posted to social media by a group of friends on a camping trip in a remote forest. As they sat around the campfire, transfixed by the flickering flames, a strange object suddenly appeared in the night sky. At first, they thought it was a shooting star or a satellite. No one can explain this video. These mysterious things were actually captured by a camera. As the video went viral, garnering millions of views, scientists around the world rushed to analyze the footage, and after exhaustive scrutiny, they reached a stunning conclusion. This was undeniable evidence of extraterrestrial visitation. Oxborough's mysterious sky show. Something really odd took place on March 15, 2021, and it all unfolded on social media. A person on Facebook posted a video showing something really weird, a huge duck with glowing eyes floating up in the sky. The eyes were so mysterious, hidden behind clouds, that it caused a lot of people to feel both alarmed and fascinated. The live stream of this bizarre sight got more than 75,000 views. As people on the internet started investigating, they discovered the truth about this strange incident. Turns out, the video wasn't capturing something supernatural. Instead, it was an old video made by a designer and programmer named McClan. The giant duck and its glowing eyes were just creative visual effects, and there was no need to be scared of any ghostly happenings. This revelation let everyone know that what seemed so unreal was actually an artistic creation, adding an interesting twist to the initial surprise. In a world where it's hard to tell what's real and what's digital art, this giant duck with glowing eyes showed how creative expression and digital illusions can really capture people's attention. The online community, who were initially puzzled by the strange video, now found themselves intrigued by the skill that brought such an unusual and captivating scene to life. Now, Jumping to another strange happening, in Oxborough, United Kingdom, someone spotted something that's not easy to explain: a jellyfish in the sky. It might sound silly, but that's the best way to describe the strange thing seen in the early morning skies of November 2020. Someone out for a walk noticed this jellyfish-like thing floating gracefully above. However, by noon, this celestial jellyfish disappeared without leaving a single clue behind. All that remained were the lingering thoughts of the baffling encounter. At first, people thought it could be a kite, but further investigation showed that it was way bigger than anyone initially thought. Fueled by curiosity, the person who saw it decided to record the strange flying object and share it on social media, causing a flood of questions and theories. Despite everyone on the internet trying to figure it out, the identity and where the sky jellyfish came from is still a big mystery. Disco clouds. Here is another bizarre encounter and dramatic expose in Thesky. It was like a disco up there. The clouds were all lit up with these crazy colors, almost like a magical painting. The whole thing was so mysterious and captivating. People on the streets were stopping in their tracks to stare up at it. The weirdest part was the light didn't just seem to be coming from the clouds, but like it was actually glowing from inside them. Everyone was trying to figure out what could be causing it. Some thought maybe it was some kind of special light from another world, while others thought it might be a helicopter or a kite with really bright lights. But then the clouds started moving, not just drifting, but actually dancing around. That really threw everyone for a loop. The light wasn't attached to anything on the ground. It was just moving around by itself in this mesmerizing way. It was like something straight out of a dream. And that's not even the craziest thing that's been happening up in the sky lately. Can you believe there was a guy who was out hiking and swore he saw this dark, creepy shadow figure just gliding towards him? He tried to film it on his phone, but the video just cuts out, almost like some invisible force shut it off. Also, over in Turkey, there was this wild cloud that showed up at sunrise that was shaped exactly like a devil's eye. It just hung there in the sky, changing colors from red to pink to orange and finally white. The weather experts tried to explain it, but the locals weren't buying it. No one can explain this video. These mysterious things were actually captured by a camera. Some people think it might have been some kind of omen or warning about a natural disaster. Bird in the sun. This year, 2024, an incredible photo opportunity was put to. A photographer had this crazy idea. What would it take to capture a bird in front of a total solar eclipse? Total solar eclipses are already so rare and fleeting, only happening somewhere on the planet every 1 to 3 years. And the full eclipse totality typically lasts just a few minutes at most. But the photographer wasn't deterred. They spent over a year doing all kinds of research and virtual planning, trying to figure out the logistics. Then they spent nearly a week scouting the coast of Sinaloa, Mexico, looking for the perfect spot. And would you believe it? On April 8, 2024, everything finally came together. During the eclipse totality, which lasted an incredible 4.5 minutes, the photographer positioned themselves on a small boat just offshore, near some little islets where they knew seabirds like to hang out. And as the moon started to uncover the edge of the sun at the end of the eclipse, the photographer captured this breathtaking image of a magnificent frigate bird flying right through the diamond ring effect. Can you even imagine the level of planning and dedication it must have taken to pull this off? Finding the perfect location, getting the timing just right, positioning themselves in the ideal spot, it's mind-blowing. And then to actually get that majestic frigate bird gliding through the frame as the eclipse is ending? That's the kind of once-in-a-lifetime moment that most photographers can only dream of. The photographer should be incredibly proud of making this idea a reality. It's the perfect blend of creativity, planning, and sheer determination, and the final result is just breathtaking. Hats off to them for sure. Bleeding sky. Do you see that wild blood-red streak of light that was left behind in the sky over Arizona? That was the result of one of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rockets punching a hole right through the Earth's ionosphere. It's pretty crazy to think about, but these ionospheric holes actually get created whenever the rocket's second stage burns fuel at those high altitudes, between 125 and 185 miles up. At that height, the rocket exhaust, the carbon dioxide and water vapor, causes the ionized oxygen atoms to basically recombine and reform into regular old diatomic oxygen molecules. And that process of the molecules rearranging and releasing energy is what produces that brilliant red glow we saw in the sky. Scientists have been aware of these ionospheric holes for a while, but with the increasing number of rocket launches these days, they're becoming more and more common. Not to worry though, they don't pose any threat to people on the ground. These holes just naturally close back up within a few hours as the reionization process runs its course. Still, it's pretty wild to see the tangible effects of our space exploration activities up there in the atmosphere. That crimson red streak must have been an incredible sight to behold over Arizona. Gotta hand it to the SpaceX engineers. They really are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with rocket technology. Who knows what other incredible natural phenomena we'll get to witness as the space industry continues to advance. Parts of the sky. In the busy city of Nagpur, India, people were surprised by a strange sight in the sky. Instead of falling to the ground like usual space rocks, these bright objects were seen flying parallel to the ground. Instead of a crash, they left behind glowing trails, making everyone wonder if they were not regular space things, but unidentified flying objects. The odd behavior of these flying things left everyone puzzled, making the Indian skies more mysterious. Another weird thing happened in the sky, and it was noticed by a careful driver. A bunch of clouds gathered in a way that didn't seem natural. They formed a perfect square. This unusual sight suggested that someone might be messing with the weather on purpose, maybe using things like chemtrails and cloud seeding to make clouds. While these actions could sometimes do what people want, they could also cause unintended problems affecting both the weather and the environment. In Japan, a family enjoying a sunset in a park found a cloud that looked like a manta ray and felt denser than regular clouds. This cloud, unlike others, seemed almost touchable, making people curious about where it came from. Some thought it might be made by people, while others guessed that its thickness meant rain was coming soon. Nature made a special moment in the sky, making the family shocked by the unique cloud formation. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.